everyone, it's your girl Giselle Diaz back with another video with my part 2 BBL experience as promised. If you're interested in hearing about my surgery day, post-op recovery, advice, and of course my final results, what you all have been waiting for, then please continue to watch. But before you continue to watch, make sure to like, comment down below, press that bell so you're notified every time I upload a video. And above all, what are you guys waiting for? Subscribe. Go to that red button that says subscribe, click, and join my team. And to everyone that subscribed, my future subscribers, and everyone that has shown love, thank you so much. You all are greatly appreciated. So we left off last video, excuse me, on the surgery day. So surgery day, like I said, I was alone. I filled out a ton of paperwork. I paid the remaining balance. I was taken in. The waiting room was not packed at all. There was probably like one other person there. Once I went in, I sat in a room for a while. It's pretty chilly in the back of the clinic when you're waiting. And I guess the anxiety of, or the excitement, I want to say, it kind of gets you, like the time is ticking. It feels like you're sitting there forever. You can literally like hear the tick tock in your head, or you think you do, or at least I thought I did. And you know, they come in, they measure you. They measure me to be able to give me the correct size for my faja. The doctor came in, he marked me up. Of course, before that, I changed my clothes. They put my clothes in a safe place. Spoke to the doctor, and he, my eyelashes are like getting all stuck between my damn.
Oh my god, right. Me and Am got on the train to come home, and oh my god, what is that on my... My eyelash hanging off.
Glasses. And I'm sorry if you see like a glare. My ring light is on, so you can probably see the reflection off of my glasses, but there's not really anything I can do about that, so let's just try to ignore it. I spoke to the doctor. I basically explained to him what I wanted him to do, where I wanted him to remove the fat, which the BBL, it includes specific areas in your body, which is, I believe they say it's like 4 areas in the stomach, which is like your entire abdomen area, your love handles, right by your bra straps. God, I never know how to talk when I'm recording. This is ridiculous. If you meet me in real life, I don't speak like this. It's only on camera.
Have you ever had a dream that you could?
But so your bra strap down. I do wish they did the bra strap up, because you can kind of see the difference after. But it's a bra strap down, your entire back, your love handles, and that's pretty much it. So he marked me up. I did ask if I can show him like wish pics. I mean, realistically, they can't make you look like someone else. We're all built differently, but it didn't hurt for me, I felt like, to show him what I had in mind. I did want a little bit of hips. I did want like a nice juicy booty, but I didn't want to look super fake, and I didn't want to look like a bumblebee. Like I didn't want to look like an ant's ass. My legs are very slim, and I didn't want to look stupid. I wanted to look good. I'm trying to compliment my body, not make myself look stupid. So he said okay, he was gonna try his best. It was a pretty good look. It wasn't anything too exaggerated. So from there, the anesthesiologist came in. We spoke a little bit. He put my IV in, and I waited there for a while more. Someone else came. I believe it was another anesthesiologist that came and brought me in to the operating room. I kind of laid there for a while, and while they were setting up around me, as I was laying already on the operating bed, we were kind of talking, and they were asking me where I was from, and I guess trying to take my attention off of them beginning the process of injecting me with the medication that was slowly going to put me to sleep, which that thing works so quick. Like, if you could get hooked on that, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be hooked on that, because you go from 1 to 3, that's it, you're out, you're done, like you're gone, you can't even finish a sentence, like there's no in between, it's just you're awake and then you're not, and then you're waking up from surgery. But so yeah, I fell asleep. When I woke up, I do not remember the recovery room. I don't remember anyone from the clinic talking to me. I don't remember anything. Oh, and before I went into the OR, I did ask them to contact my husband to let him know that I was out of surgery and that everything was okay, because I needed someone to know that I was okay. So he did tell me that they did that, so that was a good thing. But again, when I came out of surgery, I don't remember anything up until the point where Sasha from the recovery home came to pick me up, and they had like they have a van, and the back of the van they have the chucks and the wee pads laid out, and they have pillows for you to lay on. They also have bags if you're nauseous and you need to throw up and things like that. So it went from me knocking out to waking up, climbing into the van to be taken to the recovery home. I wasn't in pain. I was still groggy. I wasn't all there. But I was able to climb into the van pretty easy. I just took my time because I was really out of it. You're so out of it. Like you it's like you're in the twilight zone. Like you don't know if what's happening is really happening, is the best way for me to explain it. But from there I went to the recovery home. They got my medication. I went straight to bed, and I was freezing. When I tell you, my whole entire body was shaking uncontrollably. I mean, I've had surgery before and I don't remember feeling like that. This time, I mean, I shook for so long. I felt like I was exhausted from my muscles shaking and being so tensed up, like my entire body. And I had blankets on top of me. The room was warmed up because they expect this. And I had to call them to come and put even more layers of blankets on me. It was insane. Eventually, it did die down and I was okay. And I must have knocked out. I'm not sure yet. I didn't yet start taking my Percocet at this point. I was still under the medication I was given from, surgery. So they did wake me up, and they brought me some soup, crackers, and I believe tea, if I'm not mistaken. And they said to take my time, but my greedy behind, I ate everything. Like, a lot of girls say it's hard for them to eat, and even the people that worked in the recovery home, Sasha even told me a lot of girls, it's hard for them to eat, or they just try to force a little bit of hot liquid down just to get it going, so that when they do take the medication, they don't feel so sick. But me, I ate
everything. I ate all my crackers, my soup, my tea. I could have even ate more. Like, it's ridiculous.
but so that of course helped, being able to eat. After a while, I did start feeling a little bit of the soreness and some pain, and I did feel like really sharp pains in my belly button. I don't see any incisions. I couldn't feel any incisions when I checked after, but I'm pretty sure that the cannula, which is what they use to liposuction and inject, pretty sure they sucked out from my belly button, because it felt like a little, like a stabbing sensation in my belly button, which I couldn't do anything because I already had my faja on. The faja was put on from the clinic before I was sent home. So from there, what else? I woke up. They gave me my medication. I took half a Percocet because I can't really. No, I think it was half a Percocet because I don't really like Percocet. It makes me feel sick, so I took half a Percocet, which was fine for me. It was hard to get up from the bed. It's really hard. You're so sore. It's like if you got into like numerous fights back to back, or like you exercised like 20 hours straight and then the next day you got up and did the same thing again. Like you feel like you can barely lift anything. It's so sore and achy. It's not like really painful, but the soreness is so like intense that it's difficult. It's difficult to deal with. But I still was able to get on and off the bed. It just took a lot of time. Like everything that is so quick to do now, getting on the bed, getting off, walking around, going upstairs, going down the stairs, getting something to eat, getting something to drink, whatever the case is, going to use the bathroom, it takes so much more time. You have to be so patient, and it does become extremely frustrating the more time that goes on, because everything takes so much time. It's exhausting. So as I said in part one, they make you get up every, I still can't remember, it was 1 to 2 hours, I believe it was 2 hours, where you walk to the living room and they have a dining table, and around that dining table you have to walk around multiple times. They give you a specific amount of times that you have to walk around, and then you can go back to sleep, but that's to basically avoid blood clots. And you know, this surgery is considered a major surgery. They target so many areas of your body. You know, you have from your entire abdomen, almost your entire back, you have your booty. Some girls get chin lipo, some girls include lipo of the arms, of the legs. So there's a lot that's involved, and that's why it's so hard to recover. I didn't really feel weak. A lot of girls say they get dizzy and they throw up. I did not feel that way. Sasha told me that when she came to pick me up, she was shocked. I like was walking to the van, of course not like skipping or running, but I was like walking to the van. I climbed in the van. Usually they need help like somehow trying to lift them to get up in, but I like climbed in there. I was so drugged up, like I don't even know what the hell was going on. Anyway, so yeah, so every day that was pretty much the process. You know, I was able to eat all my meals. I was able, you know, I woke up, I set my alarm every time I needed to wake up. They place your medication on the nightstand right next to you. You have your medication. Anything that you need is right next to you. They make you drink a certain amount of pineapple fruit, pineapple juice. Tea is good, water, Gatorade, coconut water. And all these things are provided for you unlimited in their kitchen. So whenever you want to get up and you want to get something, you can just go and help yourself, other than the breakfast, lunch, and dinner that they cook and they give to you. So from there, in regards to again, my room was private. I have a private bedroom, so I was alone. I did always leave the door cracked open in case anything happened, in case I fell, in case I needed help with something. This was all new to me. I didn't know what to expect, so I always wanted someone to be available and to hear me out if I was calling for them. Another thing, my throat was extremely sore from the intubation. The way that they give you, when they give you anesthesia, they also sometimes intubate you, and they did, obviously, and my throat was extremely sore. Thank God I had holes for that. What else? The incisions and the draining. I had the wee pads laid out on the bed, and you know, you do leak a lot from your incisions. I believe it was like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6, 7 incisions. I had an incision, like I said, I think it was one in my belly button. I had one on each side of the front of my hips, one on each side above my butt cheeks, one below each bottom butt cheek, and one in the middle of my back. So that first day you do drain a lot, you leak a lot of, it looks like blood, but it's like your natural bodily fluids that leaks along, I guess, with some blood in it. Nothing crazy. Again, I didn't feel weak from the leaking. And for me, I just leaked a lot that first day. 24 hours later, I barely leaked anything. Everyone is different. I've heard when girls leak for days and it goes on and on and on. I just had some leaking again that first day, and the recovery home, they do laundry. When you have dirty clothes, as far as after surgery, they will do your laundry. I believe it's twice. You cannot take a shower for 2 days. What else? Compression socks. The compression socks you have to wear straight out of surgery. You have it on, and it is extremely fitted, and it helps with blood circulation and blood flow. My socks, I don't know if it was too small, but it was like the top of the compression socks was like, it felt like it was cutting into my skin. It was really uncomfortable, and it became painful at one point. So Sasha had to like bring it down a bit so that I could deal with it, because I had to wear it. What else? You only have your faja on the first, I think, day or two. And I want to correct myself. In one of the packages that I got from the clinic, I want to correct, I didn't give all the supplies that was included. It was the BBL, the BBL pillow, the compression socks, what else? The lipofoams. There were 3 lipofoams you have to wear. So that it includes 3. One goes on the front of the abdomen and one on each side, left and right side of your abdomen going towards your back. And what else? I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, that was pretty much it. So, and the ab board. The ab board was also included in that, and that helps with helping with your stomach to make sure it stays nice and smooth, because you're basically like clay. You're so soft that any little bending of the skin, it will crease and it will stay that way. So you have to keep your faja on with your lipofoams, your ab board, and some people wear backboards. I kind of wish I did, because I don't think I'm completely flat in the back above my butt, because I didn't wear an ab board. And after a while, your faja is so tight that it can crease a bit. And again, I feel like it left a little bit unevenness on my back. But it's not noticeable to anyone. I, of course, just noticed it because it's my body. What else? Massages. I got the 3 massage package from my clinic. Again, I wish I got it done in-house, because they did it there. I didn't know how good they were, and I heard good things about the massages in the clinic, and that's why I went with it. I would have preferred to stay in-house, only because I wouldn't have had to have gone out. I wouldn't have had to go into a cab and be uncomfortable on the BBL pillow trying to hold myself up while I'm sore and my energy's all the way not up. And the ride took a lot longer because there was a lot of traffic. So it took like 30 minutes, and it was the most uncomfortable ride ever. It was really tough, but the cab driver was pretty good and he was understanding. So I went for my massage. Now, I've heard that the massage hurts like so much, that it's excruciating. So I was really nervous. I was talking to my best friend how scared I was before I went, and she was like, maybe you should double up on your Percocet so that you don't feel anything. And I'm like, you know what, maybe that's a good idea, even though I don't like Percocet. But taking 1 Percocet at that time, or the half a Percocet, I was taking 1 full Percocet, not half. Taking 1 Percocet was working for me after that surgery. So I figured, okay, you know what, maybe I could tolerate 2 and I won't feel the pain from the massages. That was a huge mistake. I took the Percocet. I still somehow felt all the pain, and I got sick and I threw up. It was rough. So the massage, I give it to the girls. I say they felt good, or it was like a relief for them, or they could have continued forever getting the massage. No, not for me. For me, it was one of the worst things I've ever felt. It was extremely painful. I had tears coming down my eyes, but I was quiet and I took it, and I'm able to tolerate pain pretty well, but that was really, really hard. I just basically like held it in, closed my eyes, and took it because that was part of the recovery process. And I knew this. I knew this is what I was going to go through. So the fact that I accepted it, I had no choice but to just deal with what came with the recovery process. I had the 3 massages. It does help. It does help a lot. After the massage is when I felt the relief. They basically put all the liquid towards your incisions, the holes, and all the liquid leaks out. And once the liquid comes out, your swelling goes down a bit, and that is a relief. That was a relief for me. My holes closed pretty quick, excuse me. They closed, I want to say that first day I went for the massage, they had to take what looked like a Q-tip and poke open the incisions again. That burned a lot. The second and third time wasn't that bad. I didn't feel it the second and third time, but that first day that they opened it up, it was like a really bad burning sensation. But again, after, it was worth it. It helped. I felt a huge relief. I went home, back to the recovery house, and the same thing played out pretty much every day. You lay down all day, you get up, you walk, you do your rounds, you eat, hope to be able to poop, because a lot of girls are constipated from the anesthesia. I brought stool softener with me. I did not need it, luckily. Day 2, like towards the end of the day, I was able to go. I was celebrating. I was like, Sasha, I did number 2. And she was like, yes, you go, girl. It's like, it's so ridiculous. But I was happy I was able to go. I also brought wipes with me. Wipes was a tremendous help. The wipes is what I used for like 2 weeks, cleaning front and back. It was, extremely helpful, because dry tissue, there's a big difference. And when you can't sit on your butt and you're like squatting, you don't want to have dry tissue stuck anywhere. You just want to clean, make sure it's clean the right way, and keep it pushing. Make sure you get the kind of wipes that you can flush in the toilet, and that's gonna be very helpful. Of course, I used my urinal. The urinal, without that, I would have went crazy. I was able to just open my legs up and have the toilet between my legs, and put the urinal up the little hole in the faja, and I was able to pee. I never made a mess. I didn't wet myself. It was clean for me. It was neat. I made sure to clean it after, and that was that. What else? Taking a shower. A lot of girls are not able to wash themselves, and they also say to be careful, because you can get lightheaded when you take off your faja, because you're so, it's not tight, but it's somewhat fitted. So when you take the faja off, it's like all your blood rushes out. So you can get lightheaded. Luckily for me, I took my time. I didn't need help showering. I took my own shower. I made sure that the door was cracked open, and I had my own bathroom. So I had the bathroom door cracked open and my room door cracked open. I let them know I was going to take a shower, so that they were aware if I was calling out for them, they should rush to me. So taking a shower went well. It was such a relief, because it's disgusting when you have to stay with your faja on and you have all that liquid that dries up, or you may have more fluid coming out, and then that dries up. You smell funky. It's disgusting, and not being able to change or shower, it's rough. So I felt so much better after that shower. So day 1 was okay for me. Day 2 was my shower and my massage, which was rough. Now, coming back from the massage, I got sick from the Percocet, and on the way home in the car, I was throwing up a lot. It was the worst. I hadn't felt sick till that point, but again, I caused it with the Percocet. So it was what it was. I knew it was my fault, and I was never doing that again. After I threw up, I did not touch any more Percocet at that point. That was it. Moving forward, that's why I say you need Tylenol. I used the Tylenol Extra Strength, and I basically dealt with the pain. Again, the pain is not excruciating. The soreness is what you feel. So I just dealt with that, which was minimized a bit with the Tylenol. Tylenol helped a little. I kept getting headaches. Every day I got a headache. I don't know why, but I constantly got headaches. Excuse me. So I only took the Percocet for 20, I want to say a full 24 hours, because day 2, which was less than 24 hours after surgery, was when I went to get the massage. After that, no more Percocet, went to Tylenol, and I used Tylenol from that day forward. And I'm glad I did, because I didn't want to get hooked on anything, and I didn't want to have to take anything that was too strong if I didn't have to. So that was that. And that also probably has something to do with constipation. So I didn't have that problem either. Day 3 was a little tough for me. I woke up and I felt more sore, and I started seeing more bruising after day 2, 3. My bruising, I feel like, was minimum compared to a lot of other girls, but underneath my breast, like right here and the sides, I had a lot of bruising, like a lot of bruising. But from my stomach, my butt, the bruising was scattered, but it wasn't like huge bruises. It didn't look so crazy. So that was pretty good. I was happy about that. And when I did my own massages, like if I was alone, I would press a bit on my stomach area, my back. I would use Arnicare cream, and I would put it on my hands and just rub it around, and I feel like that helped as well. So day 3 was a little rough. I just rested most of the day, followed my instructions as far as the antibiotics, and I took my Tylenol, walked around, ate, showered, used the bathroom, things like that. What's really rough is putting on that faja. Once you're able to put the faja with the foams and the ab board, that shit is no joke. Like, that takes forever, and they have to like train you on how to do that. Like, I learned how to do it in the recovery house, and then when I went to the clinic, they also were showing me, and it's frustrating because you're sore, you're bruised up, you're trying to get this faja up one leg, you're trying to get it up another leg, then you're trying to fit the foam without letting the faja fall down, and then you're trying to get the other foam lined up evenly with the other foam. I mean, and then to put the ab board. It's a lot of work. Everyone that's had this surgery and everyone who's going to have this surgery, you're gonna see and know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it's a lot of work. It makes you think twice about going to have to use the bathroom. Like, if my stomach was like giving me that sign, like, take your ass to the toilet, I was like, oh God, like dreading it, because I did not want to have to, one, get off the bed and have to take everything off and then put it back on. That was rough. Laying on my stomach was difficult. Thank God my back wasn't hurting me. I do have back problems. I have arthritis and a herniated disc, but luckily my back wasn't hurting me, and that's probably from having the faja on. I was laying like this for the most part, and my chin, no one talks about it, but my chin was like really sore. My knees hurt. They felt like they were scraped up, because every time you get on and off the bed, you have to use your knees. And my neck was really hurting, because I was always like back and forth. If I was on the phone, I was like laying down but looking up, or it was always something with the neck. So that was rough too. Yeah, so that was pretty much that. What else? My husband came day 4, and he picked me up in a cab. We went, and I used my BBL pillow, of course, which when I went to the clinic with the BBL pillow that came from Mia Aesthetics, that was really rough. The pillow was not high at all. It was like this wide. It was probably like 2 inches thick. My butt was too big to be trying to use that little thing, because it was touching the bottom, the seat. So that wasn't a good thing. So I was basically not even like sitting on the pillow. I was holding myself up the whole time, and that's what made the cab ride so hard. The fact that I was like holding myself up, I was in pain, I was not the strongest at that point, and there was traffic. It was like it was rough. Everything everything is really rough. But you know, when you look at yourself and you see like results, they say you don't see results instantly. I could see a difference instantly. I looked in the mirror, even with the faja on, I was like, oh my god, I have a butt, I have hips, oh my god, look at my waist. It was like amazing. It was such a good feeling. It already boosted my confidence. Even though I was really swollen, I could already see a big difference. I was a little scared because my butt did look really big. Again, it's swollen, and you do have fat cells that do die over time. But it was pretty big, and I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy I have booty, but I'm not trying to look crazy in these streets. So I was worried about that, but they kept telling me, you know, don't worry about it, it's gonna go down, relax, or whatever. So what else? So we went to the hotel, and I basically relaxed the rest of the time. It was me, my sister-in-law, and Carlos, my husband. And we relaxed, and then I wanted to get some air, so we took a walk on the beach. Of course, this whole time I had my slides on, my compression socks, I had a summer dress, my faja, my lipoforms, the ab board. So I was pretty hot. It was like, I want to say in the 80s, mid to upper 80s. So with all of that on, although I had a summer dress on, all the stuff that I had underneath, I was pretty hot. But I wanted to walk as much as I could. They kept saying walk as much as you can. There's no limit. Just don't overexert yourself, but walk as much as your body allows you to. So that's exactly what I was doing. Of course, continuing on my water, pineapple juice, coconut juice, and eating as much as I could, and finishing my antibiotics. So we took a walk on the beach. Whenever I felt tired, and the hotel was on the beach, so that worked perfectly. The next day, which was day 5, we took a walk to Calle Ocho. Was it Calle Ocho? I think it was Calle Ocho. We took a walk. We thought it was a lot closer than it was. That was a mistake. We walked, and every time we asked someone, yeah, it's like 10 minutes down, and the next person, yeah, it's 15 minutes down. Oh yeah, make a left here. Oh no, it's make a right here. And it just kept going on and on. And when I looked at the time, it was like an hour. And at that point, I was already overworked. My body was shutting down. We finally made it to a restaurant on Calle Ocho, but once we walked in, I almost passed out. My knees got weak, and we couldn't eat there. We had to take the food to go, and we had to rush into a cab and get me back to the hotel room in the air conditioner because I almost passed out. I overdid it. It was my fault. I didn't expect the walk to be that long, and we were in the heat. It was really, really hot. And at one point walking, we went into like Rite Aid to stand around for a while and just get the cold air and have some cold water and things like that. But went back to the hotel room. Once I got back to the hotel room, I felt fine. I didn't feel sick anymore after that. That was probably the last time I felt sick. What else? We went there was one more post-op appointment that we went to, in my last massage that we went to on that day 5, and we took a cab, of course, coming and going. And that was pretty much it. I mean, my sister-in-law helped me clean up like my incision areas and just things like that. My husband helped me get dressed. You do need help. You will need someone to help you out, especially if you have young kids and things like that. You need someone by your side to help you do the things that were very simple to you before this different life that you're gonna have. Going home was rough. The airplane ride, I didn't know how I was gonna do it. I just figured I'm gonna wing it, and I'm just gonna go with the flow. Whatever comes to mind that I feel like is gonna make things easier for me is what I'm gonna do. I didn't use a wheelchair. Some girls request wheelchairs. I didn't need it. I wanted to walk as much as possible, and I felt okay walking. Of course, if I got tired while we were waiting for the plane, I would sit on the BBL pillow, but I did that minimally, like minutes, and that was it. We did get on the plane. Everybody was looking at me because I refused to sit on my seat. I didn't care. I stood up the entire plane ride. So it was from Miami to New York. So I want to say it was like a 2.5 hour to 3 hour plane ride. So the entire time I stood up right by my seat. I did not want to sit at all. Excuse me. The only time I sat down is when we took off, when we were landing, and if the seatbelt sign came on. And that was pretty much it as far as the plane ride. But standing up all that time while you're sore and swollen and your feet hurt because you're standing so much, and having to move whenever someone would pass to go to the bathroom, that was a little annoying, but it was what it was. My legs got very, very swollen from all the standing that I did. It was extremely swollen. I was a little bit scared about that, but then when I showed the doctor, he said it was okay. It's gonna go down. It's normal, and it did. So yeah, I did have some difficulty climbing on my bed because I have a high bed. So I did have to get help every time I got on the bed. Getting off the bed was like a little kid. You know when a kid gets on a mattress and they basically they go backwards getting off the bed and then they slide off? That's exactly what I did. What else? You cannot get it on in the bedroom for a minimum of 3 weeks. That was a scary thing for me. I didn't want to ruin any results. So that I waited. Doesn't matter how bad my husband was like, but damn, it's so hard. You look so good. Your waist is like this. Your booty like this. I made sure to wait. And I was willing to do anything possible to get the best results possible. What else? I did stop my arnica tablets. Pellets. They were like little pellets that dissolved in my mouth. I did stop it at that time. I continued the cream, and I did massage. I scheduled massages when I got home. They say a minimum of 10 massages is required. I did 8. I should have done more. I would have done 15 if I could have. But the woman that I went to, she was always overbooked, and other places were packed or too expensive. It's a lot of money. The massages are not cheap. I'll tell you that much. They're not cheap at all. What else? My clothes. When I got home, a couple days later, I started trying on clothes. Nothing fit. Nothing at all fit. It was like a good and bad thing because the curves that I now had, I didn't have before. So I felt so good about that. I was so excited about the new journey that I was going to have in my life, because to have a boost of confidence the way that I felt was amazing. So I gave all my clothes away pretty much. Anything that didn't stretch a lot was all my jeans I had to give away. I gave to my little sister. Dresses that I had, dresses with tags that I hadn't even worn yet. I couldn't get it up my butt. So I spent that's more money you gotta spend. I spent money on new wardrobe. I had to buy the shirts were fine, but I had to buy new dresses, new PJs, some of the PJs, not all of them. New sweats. I even had sweats that didn't go up my butt. They were more fitted sweats though. And the waist too. The waist things were big on my waist, and on my booty it was really tight. So I had to get something that worked for both areas, which Fashion Nova is amazing. So that was pretty much it. I mean, it was definitely a roller coaster. You will be emotional. It is frustrating. You want it to all be over. It is a lot of work, financially, emotionally, mentally, physically. It's a lot. Going back to work was rough. I took the subway. I used to take the express bus, but because I couldn't sit in a chair and everyone was sitting, I didn't want to be the odd man out. Standing up, everybody would have been looking at me. So I took the subway and I stood up on the subway with my BBL pillow in my bag. And that's what I did. Standing up on the subway wasn't that tough. The ride to work was about an hour. but it was that 8 hour shift at work was a challenge. That was it was really rough at that, and also going up and down the stairs in the subway, that was tough. I had to take my time, but again, I think I did fairly well because one of my coworkers, she said that I was doing really good, you know, going up and down the stairs the way that I was. The speed that I was walking wasn't expected from people. They thought I would be more slow. So all in all, I think I did pretty good. It definitely wasn't easy, but I will say I do not regret it. It is 100% worth it. I loved my results. I have gained more weight after surgery because I wanted to feed the fat. I was scared of losing too much fat because they do say feed the fat, feed the fat, feed the fat. Make sure you don't lose the cells, feed the fat. And anything that has to do with food, if you tell me to eat, I'm eating.
And I'm gonna eat and eat some more. And if you want me to eat some of your food, I'm gonna eat some of that too. And then I'll take a doggy bag, and then I'm gonna eat later. And I think you get the point.
So I did gain like another 10 pounds, and that's where I've been since then. The past 2 years I've been stuck at those additional 10 pounds that I gained. So I definitely gained weight in my stomach. So when I show you my after photos, I have definitely gained weight in my stomach. But I'm going to show you a picture where you can see here somewhere, where you can see my results in a dress. And my stomach was a lot smaller, and I was 3 months post-op at this point, so I was still swollen. My hips and booty looked a lot bigger than what it is now. My hips basically went completely down. I really don't have much hips at all. I feel like I lost almost all of it, but the booty stood for the most part. What else? That's pretty much it. So I'm going to show you my after, how I'm looking now, and yeah. Okay, so this is the final results. As you can see, I don't have much hips going on. I have just very little, minimum. It did definitely give me production, and of course with the weight gain, I got a little bit more fat back there. So this is what it's looking like. I did go from a size 3 to 5 in my jeans to now a 7. So this is what it's looking like. And I'll also throw on a dress for you to see. Okay, so this is with a dress on. And I had this before my surgery, excuse me, actually, and because it's bandage, it stretches. So you can see how I'm looking. I couldn't completely close the back. I don't have anyone to help me, but this is how it's looking. So my stomach is definitely flatter than it was. It was even flatter than this, but I've definitely gained weight. So yeah, this is how it's looking. I hope that you liked and enjoyed this video, and of course, don't forget to like, comment down below. If you have any questions that I can help you with, I will be happier than anything to be able to help you and answer those questions. If you have any advice for me, anything you would like to know, just comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you got anything out of it. And most importantly, I'm out of breath. Oh my God, I'm so out of shape and this thing is squeezing me. But more than anything, definitely please make sure to subscribe. I appreciate all your subscriptions. And I want to finalize this video with a before and after pic with this, well, before of this dress.
So you can see that I didn't have anything, but I did have a flat stomach, and that's pretty much it. So this is my